I think this is good, right?
There you go. There you go.
This is good, right? Okay.
That's perfect. All right, I'm gonna
Great,
try to.
great.
All right, we're good. Well, here we go. We're ready to roll. I got my brother Nedu Gabriel all the way from Nigeria, and I believe the city was Wari.
Yeah.
Is that what you told me?
Wari, Nigeria.
Wari, Nigeria. Oh my God. It is a pleasure to have you here on the Prophetic Encounter Radio station here. And we're looking forward to sharing with the man of God what the Lord is doing with him. And he's an up and coming gospel artist, producer. He's doing a lot of things, talented musician. I mean, the guy's doing it all. He's doing a lot of things for the kingdom of God. There's a great thing that he's doing in the African community, especially Nigeria.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do today, for all those who are going to be watching this later time, I'm going to be asking him some questions about his music career and how the Lord had started him off and all that stuff. Before I got on to do the show, I was looking through his Instagram and looking at all the stuff that he does with his the artists that come to join him in the studio. So my first question to Brother Gabriel is, what is Nedu Music Concept? What is that and who is that?
Okay, Nedu Music Concept is a gospel music record label here in Nigeria, and actually in the south parts of Nigeria, precisely Warri City. And we are for the gospel. It's a gospel music record label to propagate the gospel via music, to impact lives and do more exploits with our messages in our music. And we're coming in our own style, in our brand, in our own design, to be a blessing to our world and our generation via music. Yeah, that's what we stand for.
Now, who is also involved with you? Is that a group or just a record label?
Oh, it's a record label, and I have two signees, two signed up artists at the moment, T Praise and AB Williams. They are my signed up artists at the moment, and I intend to sign up more as God helps us and instructs us. But at the moment, we have just the two of them in the record label. I also sing, so when we came up with that song, a Kweme song, it was a song to launch the record label. I thought we should have a song as a group together, and then to launch the record label, which was what we did. Yeah.
Now, what does that mean in Nigeria? Akuame. What does that mean? That has a meaning to it. What is that? Can you define that?
I want to commend you for the first time you played. I saw that you struggled with the name a little bit, and then the second time you pronounced it awesomely well. I was doing my morning walk that day when I saw the video, and I just laughed. I said, "Wow, this is beautiful. You got it right this time." All right, Ekweme is a word in Igbo language in Nigeria. In Nigeria, we have a lot of languages, tribes. Yes, and of all of them, we have the Igbo speaking language. And Ekweme is from that. Ekweme is a word from that language, and it actually means the God that says what he does. He says it, he does it. Yes. Ekweme, he says it and he does it.
And it's a brilliant piece of work. When I first heard it, I was like, it has a catchy tune to it. And the young lady who's speaking here, she has such a great voice. Sister Tamara, is that her name was? That's her name?
Yeah, T Praise.
She has such a great pitch. Yeah. I saw her that on Facebook. I said, you have such a great pitch that I it's unique. And then you got this brother, Ebby Williams. He's another talented brother. How did you come across
Yeah.
with these two gifted singing people, these artists? How did you come across with them? How did you meet them?
Okay. I can say that it's the handiwork of God. God actually brings the people our way, and it is important for us to be sensitive to the Spirit of God and His instructions at a particular time. The record label should have been set up long before now, but as that when it was set up, I believe that it was the time, and God brought those persons, and you know, I was tuned up to know that this is the right person. You know, there was this conviction in my spirit. You know, when I heard the voice the first time, that of T Praise, I knew that there's a raw material here, and I heard the word expressly in my spirit to see what we can do to bring it out. You know, to brush it up and polish it and make it good, make it better, and present it to the world. It was clear, and then we started. It was very easy signing her up and A.B. Williams because that was the appointed time, and God has also brought the people. Yeah, so uh, it was just God's divine arrangement, honestly, and listening to His instruction, obeying it at that particular time was is just a blessing. And how did I get to know that God's hand is on this one? I found out that every little thing we do, every song we sing, everything we do, you know, has this attention. We don't, by the grace of God, we don't struggle, you know, for the audience. The people want more. The people are asking, you know, and in fact, we have to do everything possible to make sure that we make it very accessible for them, you know, have downloadable links and make it very readily available for them to just begin to download. You know, the acceptance is wow, honestly. Yeah.
So people are able to download this single. Is this the only single that you have out, or there are other songs that you've produced and written? But by the way, who wrote this song? The one that I just played there. Who wrote that? The lyrics and all that. Was it you or some? I don't know. Did you collaborate with another artist? How did that happen?
All right. Yeah. If you look at my what do they call that now on Facebook? I think that's um
Many times, but but due to the fact with the
Okay.
COVID, I had to stop traveling. Yeah, we're back. Welcome back, brother. I
Okay.
was just
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
a little bit
Thank
until you
you.
got back, and I was just kind of killing time here.
Yeah.
So you're back. Welcome back.
Oh,
So,
beautiful.
so
Thank you.
what I was talking about is the younger generation, that the music, how it's changing the lives of young people. Do you see your music
Yeah.
making an impact on the younger generation, or is it just a specific type of people that you are catered to reaching?
We called out for everyone. We're called out for everyone, and we try to write our songs such that it can cut across. We want everybody to be impacted to benefit of our song. And if you listen to the song, for instance, the Kweme, we try to make it as simple as possible, down to earth as possible, so that the younger ones can enjoy it, the older ones can also enjoy it, and then our message is passed. And then we also try as much as possible to mix it up a little bit with the pidgin English. That's what we call pidgin English here in Nigeria. I'm sure someday I'm going to teach you how to use the pidgin English too. So
I'm ready. I'm ready. I was just telling the people, the audience,
yeah,
you and I met. It was a coincidence how God would draw us together, and how we're working together for the kingdom of God, all the way from two sides of the world. And God does interesting things.
exactly.
People on the same path. We have a vision. You have a vision, and I have a vision, which is music. So let me ask you this question:
Yeah.
How did you first get into music?
Oh, okay. I got into music quite early in life, very early when I was very, very much younger. And I started by getting into the choir, Yeah, my early
choir.
gospel choir, yeah, my early church days. And then I would join them in the choir, but not allowed to sing on a Sunday morning because we were not good enough. So at that time, exactly, they called it music in training. We were just a couple of persons, going for rehearsals, preparing ourselves, until we're good enough. Yeah, started quite early. Yeah.
So what skills have you learned that you think that has helped you in your singing, your music career? What kind of skills have you acquired along the way?
Okay, I think being in the choir over the years, I've been able to learn a lot using my vocals. We learn to understand that there are ranges, for vocals. So I've been able to at least know my range, and then also appreciate my keys as well, and also know the kind of the keys that work for your song. Choosing your keys, choosing the right keys, is very important. I think that got to when we started doing it professionally. We started knowing all of that. There's absolutely no way I'll go up on stage without getting to know the right key, my key. Yes, I don't go on stage and sing and look like an amateur, look like it's not a guesswork. Yeah, it's a rehearsal. So I've been able to know that, and then also a couple of basics on the piano as well, some piano knowledge, has also added, and knowing the right thing and the right thing to do at the right time when you sing, yes, has also helped.
So I was asking before you got cut off, who wrote the song at QMA? Who wrote that song? Who wrote the lyrics to that?
Yeah, I was saying, if you look at our wall on Facebook, our page, Nedu Music Concept, you see at the back, the profile picture at the back, you see the three of us in the studio. That was actually when we were writing the song. The three of us sat in the studio, yeah, and then we started cracking our head like, okay. And I came up with the idea. I said, I like the the everyday gospel song, lift up holy hands, worship, and that's beautiful. But I wanted something more that can really get to the people, and when they hear it, it sounds like a story. It's given hope. It's
Amen.
given hope for. Yeah, so we actually wrote a song together in the studio. The three of us were in the studio, and we were cracking our heads.
You
Guess.
guys did a great job. Let me tell you. I applaud
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you,
Amen.
sir. Thank you.
So let me ask this. I've noticed by looking at some of your pages on social media that you have a list of different artists that come to you and are
Yeah.
bringing their gifts and talents to you to be heard and to be discovered
Yeah.
and be out there. Um, and do you see a lot of people? I mean, how does that work? Do you see a lot of people these days doing that, gravitating, calling on you, and say, "Hey, I have a gift, I have a talent, I want to be out there." I mean, do you have a lot of people today coming at you with their gift of singing?
Yes, I do. I have, apart from my artists and the record label, I have a lot of artists who believe in what we're doing right here in Nedu Studio. Nedu Studio is the studio where we work, where we produce our songs, and by the grace of God, God has blessed us with this studio and helping us as well. It has also helped to make sure that it facilitates our work. We have a song, we just go in there in the studio and we're working. All right. And I have a lot of artists, and they come in their different gifts, their different genres and styles, of course, and we learn to appreciate them and see how we can also develop their skills. I think when we started the studio, I got a message from God. And in fact, everything we do right here, it's strictly on the instructions of God. And my name is Chinedu. Nedu is the brand name. Chinedu is the whole name. And the name Chinedu means God lead me. That's what it means in Igbo, in my language. God lead me. And I have seen God actually lead me in every step of the way when it comes to Nedu Studio and Nedu Music Concept and everything we do here. So, when we started, he told me, he's calling me into this ministry to bring back hope, to gospel musicians who may have given up, who may be tired, or sometimes they feel like there's no encouragement, there's no money to push this, and then sometimes they come with a lot of their experiences, So, but when we started, it wasn't just a studio for me; it was also like a ministry. Yes,
Amen.
and in that ministry, yeah, in that ministry, he told me, "I will bless you." That's what he told me, and that's what we're doing. So I have a lot of artists who have come, and for those who have listening ear, for those who are willing to learn, who are willing to grow, we're ready to give what we have. Sometimes I thought in fact, there's a whole lot we do here to make sure that we bring back hope, and then they pick up their giftings again, and we're moving. Yes.
Let me ask you this now. What kind of advice would you give to an up and coming artist that, like you said, it could be different challenges and money being one of them? What can you tell a person, or maybe they're struggling with in the area of like finances, or they're struggling with lyrics, they're struggling with music, or they're just struggling altogether? What kind of advice you give to a person, and they got talent, you could hear it in their voice, but they got some issue, they're struggling to be out there? What kind of advice can you offer them? Are they just trying to get out there and be known by communities and radio and television and stuff like that? What kind of advice can you offer them?
Okay, I would like to say be consistent. Be consistent. Be consistent. Yes. Good things do not come very easily, so that they can be appreciated. I would say be consistent, and there's a part of self-development. You must develop yourself. You must give yourself to trainings. You must give yourself to people who have gone ahead of you, who know more, allow them to mentor you, allow them to teach you, be broken, be willing to learn. I think some of the challenges I have also seen, and some, not all, some upcoming artists, they come sometimes with something on their mind, like, when I say something on their mind, I mean, if you want to learn, if you want to grow, sometimes you have to come as though you know nothing, as though you don't know anything. Just be willing to accept, be willing to receive. I tell them a lot of times, I don't know it all, but there are some places I go when I meet some kind of people. I would keep quiet. With everything I know, I would keep quiet and listen. I'll listen more because I want to add more. I want to know more. So I think artists should give themselves to training, to development. Very important. You must, like the Bible says, study to show thyself approved.
Yes.
You must, in our own case as musicians, you must develop yourself to the point, give yourself to rehearsals, trainings, and then be open, be flexible to improve and be consistent. All right. And the challenges are there, they are enormous, from finance to everything, the challenges are there. But I know that God has given us enough capacity to weather the storm. And at the end of the day, you come out like the woman in the labor room, who goes through the pain, and suddenly the baby is in her hand. She forgets about the pain. That's how it comes.
Yes. It takes a lot of hard work, in other words. But you said a good word there. You said consistency. Consistency and humility are two things that you told me that are standing out. Humility on both ends and consistency, because people want to get discovered right away in the music business. I mean, I know this because when I was very young, I used to play music in the world. I used to DJ, and everyone wants to be. A lot of people want to get discovered overnight, and it doesn't happen that way. So my question to you also, now that you told me about the musicians, how, COVID is still around, it has been around for a couple of years. How has it affected the music industry for you and those who are trying to be discovered, the COVID issue?
Oh, well, COVID has, COVID has been, in fact, the year 2020, exactly when it was like, no movement, there was no engagement, nobody going to programs and all that. It's kind of slowed down the process because there was no gathering. We were meeting in churches, fellowships, and all that. Of course, it affected a little bit, but I have always built my mind in such a way that no matter what, we must stay relevant. No matter what, we must stay relevant. I think for me, for the most part, I was doing more of my internal jobs here in the studio, yes. And then in Nigeria, at some point, yes, there was no gathering, but I think things are getting a lot better at the moment. It's not as terrible as it was, the last time. So we're picking up back again where we left off, the last time. Yeah.
So what is a typical a day for you in the studio? What is it comprised of when you get into the studio? How does it work? What do you guys do? Well, how do you begin to do this or put it all together? What are the first things you start to do? Again, a typical day, artist comes in, you're ready, he's telling you, I got a great song, man of God, I want to present it to you. What do you do with that? How do you do this? How do you put this all together?
Okay, well, most times when they come, I like to listen to the song. I like to listen to the song, and like I said earlier, for those who have good listening ears and are willing to grow, I'm willing to tell them what I know and how we can also create good music, and the kind of music that when people hear, when they listen to you, it can stand out. Like for instance, you're a radio presenter, the minister of the gospel from the studio and other platforms, but talking from the studio now, we want to be able to give to you a song that will stand out out of many songs you hear every day. So I think Yes, I think Beautiful Write Up would do that. A great song, great message, beautiful tune, you know. So most times when they come, we listen to the song and then I give my professional advice, you know. And then for them who have good listening ears, and I have a couple of them, I have a lot of them who listen, you know, and they're willing to follow, possibly because they have seen our results, they have seen how far God has helped us, you know, and then they listen, and then we are able to shape in their minds on how to write good song, beautiful song, you know, and then we're always open to produce them. So as they come, we go through the song, we agree this is good to go, and we begin to produce. Yeah.
Amen.
Begin to
So
work.
let me ask you this: who has inspired you as a musician, as an artist? Who has inspired you? Is it a great musician, great singer, gospel singer, or somebody in your family? What do you like in music? Who do you listen to as far as in gospel music? And you look at some and say, I like that artist. It's something about him, and I want to even maybe even surpass. He's at a certain level, but there's something about his style. So, what kind of musicians do you like or you listen to? What kind of songs do you listen to?
Okay, I would start with when I started much younger. It will even shock you. It will surprise you that some of them were not actually gospel singers. Some of them were not gospel artists. You know, you see, there's this thing about music. Yeah, I like to say this, and I do not want to be misunderstood. Music, music to me, music is music. Yes, and music is music, whether gospel music, and then some people say secular music. You know, I believe that music is music and depend on the application. I do not do vocal music, no, but I do reality music. Like I could sing a beautiful song on Nigeria. I could sing a beautiful song of love. Yeah, a modest song. I mean, reality song, beautiful song. Yeah, so I started and I had the likes of Boys to Men, you know, listening to them. I just love their melodies, you know, and that also helped me to create an a cappella group. I formed that group in the year 2000, an a cappella group where we were doing music without instruments. You know, that also, we did that for 13 years, from 2000 to 2013, and that also helped me to appreciate. I heard when you commented on the melody, you know, the blend of the voices. Yeah, I got that. Yes, I got those experiences from. I didn't know that I was actually preparing myself for bigger days like today, but we were just doing what we love. You know, we were just enjoying ourselves. In fact, at that time there was no money. We didn't know that there was money in music. We were just loving what we were doing, and we were carried away, you know, and loving doing it for Jesus. I tell you the truth, we've gone to secular events. I mean, when I say secular events, I mean events that's not necessarily churches, but we went there with our Jesus message and coined it in such a way that the appreciated Jesus even in that event. Yes. So I'm trying to say that, you know, we try as much as possible to be relevant, not just in the church, but even everywhere with our Jesus messages still. We would not compromise singing Jesus. Jesus is all we sing, you know, and then so my mentors are all people I listened to as when I was coming up. I listened to John Legend, I listened to Lema, I listened to Boys to Men at that time. I listened to Kirk Franklin. I did a lot of Kirk Franklin stuff.
Yes. I love Kirk Franklin.
Yeah. Yes, in fact, if you see me on stage, it's as radical as Kirk Franklin. I'm not this humble when I'm on stage. I learned that from him. Yeah, I learned that from him. I love his songs at all time. Then back in Nigeria, I also had Samuel Posio. I don't know if you know him, the Samuel Posio here in Nigeria, and yeah, he's an African artist. I mean, beautiful, powerful vocalist and musician too for the gospel. He has a very powerful ministry of praise. Yeah, so and I think who else? Who else? Not very much of them, but these few names I can remember. Yeah.
All right, I want to just start to wrap this up and just ask you maybe a couple more questions and find out a few more things about you because it's amazing again how God's doing this between you and I, and I'm just excited about this, and I know you're excited about this, and God is doing great things. Now, I want to ask you as far as when you do ministry with your group, you guys are still going out, or you just doing more studio work at this time?
Oh, we go out. We go out. We still go out very much. I think that at the moment, our ministry is taking a better shape and having a better definition right now from the studio work we do. People are seeing what we're doing. They're following. They're loving it, and it's giving us more edge, more voice. More relevance. You know, it's actually giving more value to from our work on stage. So we go out till date and we keep going out. Yeah.
Okay, so do you have any up and coming singles or an album coming out? I mean, what's going on with Nedu Concept? What do you guys? What's your next project that you got on the table that you got about to give us? Because we're waiting, we're hungry. We want more of you guys.
Yeah, sure. We're always working. At the moment, we're cooking an album for T Praise. T Praise, yeah, the lady vocalist on that song. Yeah, our album is coming out anytime soon. We will be launching out that album shortly. We're on her projects seriously back to back right now. Yeah, and of course, I also have a couple of singles that we're releasing. In fact, we are ready for you. Just get ready for a lot of songs, more songs, beautiful songs from us. Yes, back to back.
Amen. Yeah, you can listen to Nedu Concept, Nedu Concept Music on Prophetic Encounter Radio 24/7 on Z.FM. We're playing their songs around the clock with other great Nigerian artists. But these brothers, they're standing out. Let me tell you, people are getting the word out. People are talking about Nedu Gabriel and his group and Sister She Praise and Eddie Williams. And, you know, I get all this feedback and say, you know, got some nice songs there, but this.
You are the river that never runs dry. The big-breasted one, my God, when all they shake, I say, He's standing.